changes the equation as well. Societal equation, right? You are accepted in the society. So I think a lot of things are kind of falling into place for India to be a very highly innovative society in the coming 2 to 3 decades, in my opinion. And the economy will support it, because there is so much of wealth generation that's happening in India. It's unequal, unfortunately, and I think the government is trying every which way to make it as equal as possible. But we'll see.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Anyone else?
It's okay. Oh, okay. You can pass one. One to me.
नमस्ते सर, गुड इवनिंग।
नमस्कार, गुड इवनिंग।
मेरा नाम अर्पण है एंड मेरा क्वेश्चन दो है। हाउ डिड यू लाइक व्हाट वाज अ की इंग्रेडिएंट फॉर बिल्डिंग अ सक्सेसफुल टीम एंड हाउ डिड यू ग्रो योर कोर टीम ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम? लाइक व्हेन डिड यू हायर अ CFO, व्हेन डिड यू हायर लाइक bigger positions, and when did you found? I know building a right team for growing is most important. That's what I also believe. Second question is, how did you scale to multiple countries? And did you follow the same playbook? These are the two questions.
So let me take the first one, and
Sure.
if I remember the second, otherwise you remind me.
Sure.
So the first one, how did I build a team? As I was describing earlier, I was not fortunate to find the right talent. The business I was in Ahmedabad, and I had to basically nurture and shape and mold the people, the kind of technologies that we wanted to be expert at. And there was an additional challenge. If you are going to be a technology company and you're going to do the product design, you got to be better than your clients sitting in Ahmedabad. And that's a Herculean task, and that's why one of the core values was embrace impossible challenges. Everybody clearly understood that we have to be right at the top of our game. Now, to build the team, I think one of the very critical ingredient in my mind is empathy. You must be able to put yourself in the other person's shoes and think like that. And relationships, like you said. So I'll give you another story. When I started a company, no venture fund was going to invest in a services company way back in late 90s. Shoestring budget, because I'm an Ahmedabadi and I'm a good Jew, so I'm not going to spend a lot of money. So we had a home where we combined staying of me with some of the engineers. Every Saturday, I'll invite, and in the Bay Area, we had about 15, 20 engineers. Every Saturday, I'll invite all of them for a breakfast. And I'll cook the omelets for them, personally. And that was, or if somebody new came in, a new engineer flew into San Francisco, I'll go them to pick them up and kind of, have a conversation, 30, 40, 50-minute ride, to get to know him better and him to know the better and feel comfortable and all of that. So all of these are small things, right? Where you show that you care for your people, you have empathy for them, you think about their career and all of that. That goes a long way in building a great team. And sure, you'll still have 10%, 15% attrition, but that's how you build the great teams.
So I think key takeaway from me is personal touch and
Yes.
getting to know them better and trusting them, providing more,
Caring for them.
Caring for them. Last question, second question I had was playbook.
That was a stupid thing to do, to go to too many countries. I won't do that if I have to do it all over again. Because then you are a small company and you spread too thin.
Okay.
You go to France and you go to Tokyo and
Okay.
not worth it.
All right. Thanks.
I'll stand. When I made the decision to leave my job, I knew I wanted to become a professional speaker, and nobody believed me. I believed in myself. In my first 12 months, I approached 87 people. and asked for a speaking opportunity. And 86 said no. And that was the point where I thought, I'm going to give up. And I thought it's not going to happen. One said yes, and it changed my life. Your journey has not been like this the whole way. Is there a moment in your life where you thought, I want to give up? I don't want to pursue this anymore?
I'm being very honest. While I was building the company, all the way from 95 through 2017, 18, 2015, I never thought of giving up. Whatever it takes, I'm going to get there. And I always told my team members that we are in a do loop. Software guys, Moulin understands that. So do until succeed.
The precise number.
So in software, there is a construct called do loop, where you repeat the tasks or instructions. So I said, do until you succeed. You just can't, you're not going to give it. Because from business perspective, it made sense. And the other thing with e-Infochips is also, I think it's like 20 years ahead of its time. But that's okay. To have mega success, you have to be right place at the right time. If you're too late, it's too bad. If you're too early, you're not going to see as much success. But then, that's part of the game.
So anybody else wanted to ask something? Because we are actually running short of time as well.
I would like to just share, something just occurred to me. I'd like to share one thing. One of the dreams when we started the semiconductor practice is being able to design an entire chip within Infochips. Typically, the semiconductor companies will hire us for doing verification or part of the entire design side. So if I can give a simile, it's like designing an entire rocket by yourself, right? And
Everything
that was
on your own.
Everything on your own. That was a dream when 97, 98, we always talked about it. That's one way to motivate people also, right? Dreams and the vision that we'll do a complete chip from soup to nuts, all the way to the manufacturing. Manufacturing is outsourced, but it's like designing a rocket or designing a car to a certain degree for Mercedes. And finally, I just learned, I'm not with Infochips anymore, but I just learned that they got a $22 or a $25 million contract for doing 4 chips for a software-defined car of future.
Yeah. The futuristic car.
Yeah, and to me, that's a huge deal.
That's a
Okay.
Sir, thank you very much for sharing your insights, your journey, and one lesson, what I learned, and probably most of them, is just stay there. Things will fall in the place if you have hard work and passion. Thank you so much, sir, for that beautiful session. And I would request Dr. Nakul Sher Dalal to please present Mr. Pratul Shroff with a token of appreciation. So though you were not allowed to ask a question, but he did, and now he's appreciating your gesture. Thank you very much, sir, once again. Sir, after. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm in between you and your dinner, but give me 7.5 minutes to be very precise. As we near the end of our formal proceedings, it's my pleasure to invite Mr. Siddharth Patel, Senior Director, CRS Consulting and member, KCCI, for the vote of thanks. Please.